In October 1955, the world was introduced to one of the strangest and most chilling maritime mysteries ever recorded: the disappearance of the MV Joyita and its 25 passengers and crew. What happened to the people aboard this ship remains an unsolved mystery to this day, and the circumstances surrounding the event are nothing short of shocking. A routine voyage turns ominous. The MV Joyita, a 69-foot merchant vessel, was a sturdy ship with a reputation for being reliable. It was originally designed as a luxury yacht, but had been used by the U.S. Navy during World War II and was now operating as a cargo ship, ferrying goods and passengers between the islands of the South Pacific. On October 3, 1955, the Joyita set sail from Apia, the capital of Samoa, headed for the Tokelau Islands, a journey that typically took about 48 hours. The ship carried 16 crew members, 9 passengers, and a large amount of cargo, including medical supplies, timber, and food. However, the Joyita never arrived at its destination. A search was launched after it was reported missing, but weeks passed with no sign of the vessel. Then, on November 10, 1955, the Joyita was finally found, drifting in the open ocean over 600 miles away from its intended course. What rescuers found was deeply disturbing. The empty vessel. When rescuers boarded the Joyita, they were immediately struck by the eerie silence. No one was on board. The ship's 25 passengers and crew were gone without a trace. Even more unsettling, the Joyita itself was in a state of disarray. The deck was strewn with cargo, and personal belongings were scattered about as if the people had left in a hurry. But there were no signs of a struggle. The ship's radio was tuned to the international distress frequency, but the wiring had been ripped out, making it impossible to send a distress signal. To add to the mystery, 4 lifeboats were missing, yet no distress signals were ever received, and no trace of the lifeboats was ever found. The ship's engine was also damaged, with one of its pipes broken. But even so, the vessel was still seaworthy. The Joyita was designed to stay afloat even with a significant amount of damage, thanks to its cork-lined hull, so it's unclear why the passengers would have abandoned it. What's more shocking is that the ship's logbook, which might have contained crucial clues about what happened, was missing entirely. It was as if someone had deliberately tried to erase the events that transpired on board. As investigators delved deeper into the mystery, they uncovered a series of bizarre and unsettling clues. The most disturbing of these was the discovery of a doctor's bag left on board, filled with bloody bandages. This suggested that someone on the ship had been seriously injured or killed, but no bodies were ever recovered. There was also evidence that the ship had been taking on water at some point, as portions of the lower deck were flooded. But the ship was far from sinking, making it even more puzzling why the crew and passengers would have abandoned it. The ship's chronometer, the device used to measure time at sea, was found smashed, which only deepened the sense of chaos that must have unfolded. How could a routine voyage go so horribly wrong? One of the leading theories is that the crew may have panicked when the ship began taking on water. However, this doesn't explain the doctor's bag or the bloody bandages. Another theory is that the Joyita may have encountered pirates who forced the crew and passengers off the ship. But again, why leave no trace of a struggle or bodies? There was also speculation that the ship may have been involved in a secret smuggling operation, perhaps transporting illicit goods alongside its legitimate cargo. If so, could the crew have been attacked by criminals? Some investigators even floated the idea of mutiny or a mass hysteria event that caused the crew to abandon ship in a frenzy. Yet with no bodies, no logbook, and no survivors, these remain just theories. The most chilling part of the MV Joyita's mystery is what might have happened to the people on board. If the lifeboats were indeed launched, where did they go? Why were no traces of the passengers or crew ever found? The Pacific Ocean is vast, but the coordinated search efforts should have turned up something: lifeboats, bodies, or wreckage. Some theorize that the crew and passengers perished in the lifeboats, lost at sea after abandoning the ship. Others suggest that they were picked up by a passing vessel or even abducted. But without any solid evidence, these ideas are little more than guesses. In the decades since the MV Joyita was discovered, no new evidence has come to light. The ship itself, once a symbol of maritime reliability, became a floating tomb of unanswered questions. The story of the MV Joyita has endured for more than half a century as one of the most perplexing maritime mysteries of all time. The ship's name, ironically, means Little Jewel in Spanish, but its legacy is one of death and despair. To this day, the fate of the 25 souls who set sail that October morning remains unknown, lost to the ocean and to time. The mystery of the MV Joyita raises unsettling questions about what really happened aboard that ship. Was it a simple case of panic and abandonment? Or was something far more sinister at play? Whatever the truth, the MV Joyita stands as a chilling reminder that the sea can keep its secrets, and sometimes those secrets are best left undisturbed.